Hello Tubesters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. Today is the first update on this Tartar Miniatures Warrior of the Plains bust. It's a resin bust and it says here 250 mils. The artwork here is by Kirill Kanaev, world-class renowned painter, and equally well-renowned sculptor Sergei Savenkov, and that's his company is Tartar Miniatures. So anybody might have seen the unboxing I did recently. This is the progress so far. Let's can we, for some reason it doesn't want to do any more. Right, and I've lost my pointy stick again, so I'll use this bit of a cocktail stick. So far, again, the light is bleaching the white out as it always does. I have got a couple of photographs at the end, but obviously there's not a huge amount of progress, so you know, don't expect to see a great deal. But this is ermine fur, as I've said before, which is a stoat type weasel animal, I believe anyway. And when Kirill did his, he's done it in a very stark cold white, and I wanted mine to be a warmer white because all the ermine fur that I'd seen on, these are called split horn headdresses, and obviously you do all your research online, and it tended to have a warmer look to it, like a yellowy white look. So that's what I've done. As I say, it's not showing particularly great under the light. Apologise for the groggy voice, as I've got a cold, well, just getting over one. It's sweeping the UK at the moment. The horns themselves, I've done them as buffalo horn. It can be a lot greyer than this, but I also do believe they obviously polished them up as well. I've put some, I don't know if you can see, some very fine cracking in there. Again, a feature of the horn that I've seen on my other headdresses. And then I've glazed over that, giving it that grey-brown look, if that makes sense. There is one I might just glaze over a bit more yet. I've made this rawhide ties here, which will eventually have some streamers attached to the ends, but not till the figure's completely painted. Again, I decided to do these as a red, so you've got like a triangulation of colour when I've added some more reds lower down. When you look at the figure, it's if you do like an upside down triangle. The beadwork, I've gone for my own. It's pretty hard trying to do all the patterns and get them all exactly to match up. But I've done my best. I've painted those. What I'm trying to go for is showing the different textures using the different paints. So the horn itself, I've put a bit of black Vallejo game colour in there, and that has quite a shiny look to it, and it's brought this nice sheen up on with the rest of the Vallejo paints I've used on those. So the actual horn has a sheen. The beadwork I've done in Vallejo game colours. So again, it's not really showing under the light, but it gives it more of a bead look, you know, that shininess to it. The reds are actually done in my favourite red colours, which come from the Andrea set. So they are slightly darker, but that's not too much of a problem. I was painting last night, and I believe the night before. I've only been doing bits, so I've been fairly rough. So I've been doing the buckskin, which has still got a fair bit to go yet on it, just to make it look a bit better. I did a basic. You can see how shiny the black is. That's that black from the Vallejo game. I'm not a big fan of using it apart from certain scenarios. I say it worked well with a horn. It's a bit shiny on this, but I can't believe it as a painter. I've always got spares of my main colours I use. My black's running down, my Vallejo model black, which is my go-to for all the blacks, you know, and mixing with other colours and that if I need black in it. And of course go to my big box of spare paints, and do you think I've got a spare black paint? So I thought, oh well, we'll use that on the. I just need to get a base outline on these. I don't know if these are scalps or if they're horsehair, whichever way you want to go. just say, depending on how late. I mean, this guy could just as easily be. So he's not going to have war paint on. He could just as easily be at a powwow, you know, last season's powwows or whatever. But so the black's there just as a base. It's going to all be covered over. I don't want it shiny anyway. So there we go, guys. That's the limit of our progress so far. As I say, it's not a race. I do this, you know, for the enjoyment of painting them. So yeah, the cold's knocked it back slightly, but I'm happy with that. The Soviet pilot bust, by the way, he's the only thing I've got left to do, which is I'm waiting to do that. Obviously, retouch up the paintwork on the Sea Fury, and at the same time, I've been working on a plinth for the Soviet fighter pilot, and I just wanted to spray a couple of bits and pieces on this plinth, so I've just been waiting for that. But of course, being under the weather again, coughing and spluttering when you've got a mask on. Yes, I know that masks are topics of the day these days, all the hysteria going around the world, but yeah, you know, it's I'm hoping to get that done tomorrow, so you should see the completed fighter pilot bust in the next, you know, 3, 4, 5 days. But again, this is the guy we're mainly working on at the moment, so you should see some updates coming up soon. Believe me, guys, as well, beadwork is a killer. It really is. Trying to get the shapes to match up in size and whatever is you know, I take my hat off to the ladies that were doing the beadwork, or do the beadwork now for, as I say, for powwows and things. So, guys, you take care of yourselves before I have a good cough and splutter session in a minute. I hope everything's going well with you, and we'll catch each other very soon on another video. Cheers.